have, it doesn't seem optimistic. Dave Hellman, you've been covering this story as you've been covering the Cowboys for the last 10 years. Shady, calm down, get your breath. Catch your breath, big dog.
It's like a workout.
You did. You put a lot of effort in it.
Was good. It was good.
You know why? Because Philadelphia had a number one player. Crazy work for my boy.
Let's talk about the number one potential player for the Dallas Cowboys, at least in their eyes, Odell Beckham Jr. Should Odell still want to stay in Dallas, given the fact that a leak has recently come out saying he's not even healthy?
I mean, welcome to Dallas, right? I mean, if this changed his mind of wanting to play for the Cowboys, I feel like he wasn't paying attention to who the Dallas Cowboys are. Like, I mean, this is the team. It sounds silly now because they're 9-3. This is the team where Jerry Jones floated the possibility of replacing his head coach with his defensive coordinator. This is the team that leaked information about Dak Prescott's contract negotiation, trying to undermine that whole thing, which Joy brought up in the last segment. This is who the Cowboys are. I mean, I felt like I was watching, like Odell went to a Mavs game with Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, and like Twitter, at least in Cowboy land, it was like must-see TV. Like that is the nature of this beast, where the dumbest stuff is a story and information is going to make the news cycle, and the guy that's in charge of the whole thing, Jerry Jones, admits that this is the goal. Like, we want people talking about us. We want to be in the news. So if Odell didn't know that before now, I don't know what he was paying attention to. And on top of that, like, short answer, I guess, is yes, he should. He still should, because I mean, if he gets healthy, if he wants to play football, the Cowboys can do so much more for you. Yeah, you're gonna have to put up with some annoying stories, but they can elevate you on the field and off of it in a way that not many other teams can.
So the leak is interesting because I do have to side with what Dave's saying in the sense that don't walk into a place that we know exactly how they operate and then get mad that they operate that way with you. I mean, they treat their own guys that are under contract that way. You didn't even mention the fact that he started a quarterback controversy earlier this year.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's their guy.
That feels like a lifetime ago.
I know. It doesn't even feel like this season.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's don't expect people to change for you.
Right.
That's a mantra of mine. It's just a silly way of going about life. Now, I wouldn't have liked the leak, but he went to other organizations and they don't leak like that. That's not what the Cowboys are. So you have to expect that and more of that if you come to the Cowboys. The bigger question to me is, what is Odell going to be able to contribute? So if he isn't able to play for, say, the next 5 weeks, which seems to be the report at this point, he's not going to actually be available to play in 5 weeks, then I think you have to be more strategic and honest if you're Odell with what your long-term goals are. Are you just trying to get with an organization? Because you might have to give up some of the things that you want in order to be in that space. Are you going to wait until the season is over and the off season and then you are fully healthy and you can work out for teams and then get with the team then? I don't know what that does to the money and your leverage, because right now you're a hot commodity. You know, people want you. But this leak kind of changed the conversation a little bit. We were under the impression he was going to be able to come in and play right now. So, again, short answer, yeah, because he's trying to play football.
If I was Odell Shady, I wouldn't want to go to Dallas anymore, primarily because of the leak. I understand that the Cowboys are sexy, glitz, glamour. They can see you at a Mavericks game and all the highlights and all that. But when you start to leak, like, my personal health information, that's a little bit different than creating a quarterback controversy. When you start to leak my personal health information, that's a little bit different than saying the head coach might be replaced for a defensive coordinator. When you start to release my personal health information, now you costing me my job, potentially speaking. If the Giants, the Bills, and the Cowboys have all taken a look at Odell Beckham, Giants ain't say nothing. Bills ain't say nothing. But the Cowboys, you leaking my health information? Like, now y'all doing too much. Now you're jeopardizing my future, jeopardizing my money. Where do you stand? Should Odell still want to play with the Cowboys?
You took every word I wanted to say. You should let me go first. Yeah, my thing is, I'm a player. I played this game, and I've been in a situation where I've seen players go through this. So if Odell goes on these recruiting trips, what they call it nowadays, right? And I went to the Giants, right? All they said was, hey, it was a great trip. That's all that happened. You know, that was it. Goes to the Bills, a respectful franchise. Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, like the GM, they talked. It didn't work out. He won his last trip to the Cowboys. Now, how is that all these teams, right, did the same examinations on the knee, tested out, and all that type of stuff, and then you want to tell the world, oh, well, basically his knee's not right.
Yeah.
That's so low class. That sucks for Odell, because now you play on my money now.
Yep.
So if my knee wasn't good enough for you, cool, bet. Move on. We had a visit. we talked, no offer came, but, we'll see what happens down the line in the future. That's having some class. Now you're bringing in my paper. My paper is my money. My money's going to take care of my family. So now where does he go from now? So every team he goes to, we see the reports. And this league is a copycat league. Whatever a team does to win championships, the next team will do the same. So now when we see the reports, why are you not taking Odell Beckham? He was the hottest thing ever. You recruited him the highest out of any team. I knew he was going to the Cowboys. Everybody wanted him. The head coach, the quarterback, everybody. He goes to the visit. Now you don't want him because of the knee. So you think any other team's going to want him? No, that's terrible.
I don't even know if it's because of the knee.
It sure seemed like
I think it's because of the money.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because really, how does this benefit the Cowboys? When leaks come out, you got to think, who does this benefit? Well, it certainly doesn't benefit Odell. It doesn't benefit the other teams that we're trying to recruit Odell. How does it benefit the Cowboys? Well, it doesn't make the Cowboys really look good if they're signing a player that can't play for another 5 weeks. But if you're trying to get that player for the future at a good price, then leaking that could change the dynamic of the marketplace. Now, I don't agree with the Cowboys doing it. I'd be pissed too. I wouldn't want to go there. But it's like dating a Kardashian and being surprised that there's paparazzi. This is the Dallas Cowboys. This is what the hell they do. You're talking about money and jobs. He's talking about Mike McCarthy's job. He's talking about Dak Prescott's job. This is Jerry Jones. This is what he does. All day, every day, same thing, every week, every year, 30 years, 40 years. This is who Jerry Jones is. So you can't walk in that building and expect this really to go any other way than it does. It's dirty work.
But there's to me, there's something that breaks even the Jerry Jones Cowboys of it all. And Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, when you start talking about like health, like private matters, like you start talking about like things that are borderline HIPAA violations, like you start talking about things that are like, you're going to examine my knee privately and then release what you saw publicly. That to me, Dave, is where I think it starts to cross the line even for the Cowboys.
Anybody.
You put me on the spot a little bit, but I can't think of anything specifically injury related, but again, the nature of the beast with the Cowboys is that, and I agree with y'all for the record, like Odell Beckham has every right to be aggravated.
Yeah.
But I think the answer to the question, and it doesn't sound good to say, but with the Cowboys, it's never purely about football with the Cowboys. It's just not. I mean, like the history speaks for itself in terms of how much they value being in the news cycle, how much they value profitability, all of that type of stuff. So I don't have an answer for you in terms of whether something like this has happened before. I would be interested to go back and look.
Let me ask you, Des Bryant, he tears his Achilles. Did he take a visit back to Dallas? I remember he signed with the Ravens for that little bit. When he tore his Achilles, did he go back to Dallas for a tryout? Do you recall? Not to put you on the spot. Obviously, I already have.
I don't remember a specific tryout. And with Dez, it was always more aligned. I mean, the phone is always, Dez can talk to the Cowboys whenever he wants to. So it kind of got muddied in that sense. I don't remember a specific workout,
But Dez was also already a Cowboy at that point.
Yeah.
Correct. I'm just wondering if there's ever been a star receiver that this has been leaked. Has this ever happened?
I can't recall, but this one I will say, it's kind of embarrassing, too. This the whole build-up. You know what I'm saying? He structured his favorite, I don't want to say favorite, but he structured the team best for last, right? And he made the Cowboys last team. You go to the game and all that, and you hype it up, and then now you release my health records?
Well, I think it's two separate conversations. None of us agree that the Cowboys should have done this. I don't
think he should go. I don't think I should play for a team that does that.
I wouldn't want to either. But I'm also 0% surprised that it happened. Multiple things could be true. I also wouldn't go there if I was Odell. Honestly, I think now, that all of this happened, if he is unhappy with it, I would go to the Bills because they have the best chance to win this year. They have a quarterback.
Way better quarterback, way better coach.
Yeah, it's just a better situation than the Giants, and he's already been with New York.
All right, coming up, everything was going right for Tua until he faced the #1 defense in football.